Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you wake up and want violence, and that is me today. As someone who has overanalyzed the first episode of The Acolyte and then proceeded to shoot myself in the head, but barely survive, I am here, back once again, to get all the Acolyte lore, alright? I need to know all the lore, I need to know all the rage, and I need to see adults that are very angry about Star Wars. This is what I need in my bloodstream today. We are going to be watching the Critical Drinker, the professional angry man extraordinaire. He is going to be reviewing the first 3 episodes of The Acolyte. We are jumping into it. We're doing all of them. This is the Nuxanor deep dive on adult man getting upset about Star Wars for actual, genuinely correct reasons, because The Acolyte is one of the worst shows in the history of time. All right, are we ready, baby? Are we ready, baby? I saw episode 1. And it was a travesty against man and God. There's no way that this episode 3, this fabled episode 3, is gonna be that terrible. All right, come on. I'm sure it's shit, but it can't be that bad.
Another day, another chance to witness the horrific spectacle of Disney prodding and kicking the bloated corpse of Star Wars.
Real. That's just based, I don't know. I've been doing the Star Wars lore dives. I've been looking at like the Old Republic lore and like the game canon and the comic canon recently for my Lord Nuxalore lore dives, because of how sad this is. And holy shit, Disney's really just fucking the corpse of Star Wars, isn't it? Like, it's actually insane.
In the desperate hope that it'll let out a burst of flatulent gas which they can pretend is a sign of life.
No.
In this case, our latest desperate prod of the corpse is The Acolyte, possibly the most unanticipated and unwanted Lucasfilm project since Willow.
Okay, I didn't know that was a Lucasfilm project, but okay. Willow Star Warwick slams Disney for removing the show from Disney Plus. No.
A spin-off from the disastrous High Republic books that nobody read, starring a bunch of characters nobody cares about, played by actors that nobody's heard of, and
yeah, that's not. Come on. You can't blame them for using actor no one's heard of. Like, you can blame them for having an absolute dumpster fuck of a story.
Helmed by a woman that nobody seems to like. Really, what can I say about The Acolyte that would make you want to watch it?
Oh, I can. It's a drinking game where you take a shot every time there's a straight white character that has dialogue. You will be completely sober by the end of it. I'm just saying.
This is, I would say, arguably the gayest Star Wars.
Is that actually how they're selling it?
Considerable margin.
Anyway, no.
Oh my god, there's no way that's how they're actually selling it. Whatever happened to selling it as like a good show, a good story?
Guys, you should definitely watch The Acolyte because it's the gayest Star Wars.
What even is that? Oh no!
Now that I've seen the first 2 episodes, I'm at least in some position to assess the show's merits.
My favorite part is the fire in space and the gravity in space. And the coincidental landing on a planet that happens to have breathable oxygen. And her whole escape plan where she literally gets found 4 seconds later. And the evil's twin sister. Yeah, holy shit, this story's bad.
And believe me, this shouldn't take long. The first episode opens with strong female antagonist challenging strong female Jedi to—
Alright, dude. You can't give her strong female Jedi. She literally gets killed by a kunai. I've seen enough Naruto to know that if you die to a kunai, you are a pathetic piece of shit.
a fight in a bar.
Attack me with all your strength.
Yeah, dude, I remember when she said that line. That sounds like a fanfic. It literally sounds like a fanfic. Attack me with all your strength. And they all pulled out their cocks.
And I must admit, it was nice to see Carrie-Anne Moss back in action and, never mind.
No. Honestly, the fight scene wasn't nearly as bad as, like, what was actually going on. The fact that you have a Jedi Master that gets killed by throwing a knife at her is a travesty. Like an actual travesty. Again, now that I'm actually doing the Star Wars lore dives, it just makes this hurt so much more. It's literally making this so much more painful. Like, oh my god, bro. And Madara Uchiha shows up in front of the Ninja Alliance and Tenten throws a kunai at him and he dies. Like, you don't understand. If Star Wars is just some shitty show about flashy fighting, cool, alright. That's the Star Wars that I remembered from a kid. Since doing the lore dives and seeing all the Ukraine crap going on, like with the Jedi versus the Sith and that 6,000-year history of the way they were fighting, how incredible it is to be a Jedi Master and then see her just take a kunai to the heart.
You know, it's interesting that characters can survive lightsaber injuries like this, but a small throwing knife to the chest is enough to take them down in it.
It's so sad, dude. Disney Star Wars, what have you become? Wait, Who survived this?
Survive light characters.
Who survived this? Oh my god, dude, this is a plasma sword. It'll melt her from the inside. But she survived this? No. No. Oh, Disney, what are you doing? Bro, Darth Maul survived getting literally cut in half. Bro got bisected. And she gets hit in the boing loings and just wanders away.
Can survive lightsaber injuries like this, but a small throwing knife to the chest is enough to take them down and end their lives. Bullshit! Shows how much I know about human anatomy, I guess.
True, true. They're not even humans. They're maybe her heart was there and her organs were all moved away.
To the other side of the galaxy, and we're introduced to strong female character number 1. Strong female character number 1 is a plucky young woman with a knack for technology who's also strong with the Force.
Love that.
Where have I seen this before? Anyway,
love that.
She works as a mechanic, or sorry, mechanic.
You serious?
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude, that was wild. Like, are they just mispronouncing mechanic? Nope, this is a whole new thing. This is a mechanic. What do? Well, they do mechanic shit.
The outer hulls of space freighters, doing the usual stuff like repairing power couplings and putting out fires?
Listen, it's a space fire. It happens. This is Star Wars. You wouldn't understand.
Sure, yeah, okay. I guess fire in the Acolyte doesn't need oxygen like in other shows because it no longer has the patriarchy holding it back.
Normally, I wouldn't say anything, but that was very funny. Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? I don't understand. This is awful.
You go, girl fire.
All right, too much. You should have left it with that first zinger. The second zinger was not necessary.
Things are going great for her until she gets arrested by dumb male character and strong female character number 2 for the murder of strong female Jedi. See, it turns out that strong female character number 1 and strong female antagonist are
why is he putting it this way? You're literally putting it in the worst possible terms. No, listen, in defense of the female characters, some of them aren't that strong.
Actually twin sisters, and so naturally people mix them up after the murder of strong female Jedi. And what is all of this based on, you might ask? Why, the eyewitness testimony of the bartender where strong female Jedi got killed. Not DNA samples, which actually would have made more sense since they're twins, not hologram recordings or security footage, just a guy who saw a young woman kill strong female Jedi.
I don't know, I feel like that's not the most unbelievable part of all of this. I feel like the most unbelievable part about all this is she has a twin sister, right? The twin sister is an actual evil psychopath monster, genocidal maniac freak that is out there killing Jedi. Why the hell did she not kill the witness? Why didn't she kill the witness? Like, literally don't even begin to understand. Now, the show in episode 1 wanted to make it look like our main character actually let the witness live because she still has humanity, she just hates the Jedi, and then there's the bait and switch that it's not the original character, it's actually the twin sister. But if it was the twin sister, why didn't she kill him? She was a psycho. Apparently even as a child she was a psycho. The show makes no sense even in its own convoluted plot. Like, and the funniest thing is, I have gotten hate for shitting on the Acolyte because, wow, Nux just became an anti-woke YouTuber. Bro, this is not being an anti-woke YouTuber, okay? I'm just shitting on a show because it's bad, okay?
Now, you probably don't need me to tell you that eyewitness testimonies can be notoriously inaccurate, especially in highly stressful situations where our brains release all kinds of chemicals and stimulants to try to keep us alive. Chemicals which often cloud our judgment and blur our memory.
Alright, dude, there was an eyewitness. That's not the worst part, but what doesn't make sense is that the psycho twin didn't kill the witness.
Making us not particularly reliable when it comes to accurate recollection of people and events. I mean, given that he's an alien,
Bro, I love how this Jedi also
comes to
this Jedi's like,
accurate
I do not pull out my... she says, I know Jedi only pull out their lightsabers with the intent to kill, which is like, huh? And her response is like, yes, I will not pull out my lightsaber against you. Meanwhile, she is literally out there completely fucking up all of her friends, beating the shit out of everyone in the bar, and she's just sitting there, I see you are strong with the Force, young one. And she's just out there beating up everyone in the bar. Like, lady, what are you doing?
Recollection of people and events.
They're gonna try so hard to turn the Jedi into some, like, evil patriarchy that's secretly bad all along. And I know that this is gonna happen.
I mean, given that he's an alien, I'd have to assume as well that his description of the suspect would probably have boiled down to a young black human female with her hair in braids. Now, in a galaxy composed of thousands of colonized planets, there'd have to be literally billions of people who fit that description.
Damn, okay, now he's just kind of talking facts. Now he's just kind of talking facts.
Yet apparently this was enough to bring them straight to strong female character number 1.
Well, I feel like it's because they knew it was like someone with the Force. If someone killed the Jedi, they had to have the Force. There has to be a much smaller list of suspects that... I don't want to defend the Acolyte here, because, like, this has all been beyond shit. But, like, they must have had a short list of suspects.
Like, how? Also, you might assume that being on the other side of the galaxy at the time of the murder, with multiple witnesses to prove you were there and no means of traveling to and from the site of the killing, would...
Dude, that's... Wait, this was at the other end of the galaxy?
Be a pretty strong alibi, but not according to dumb male character at least.
No! None of this makes any sense at all if you think about it. He's just completely correct. Except, you know that the show was trying so hard to debate you with, and it turns out the villain all along was her twin sister! Oh my god! And they were like literally trying to cover up all these massive plot holes the whole time, putting all of the fault on this guy's head for being a complete dumbass, the only man known to have failed an IQ test. This guy just got all the facts wrong. Literally history's worst investigator. And it was all for that big debate at the end. It was actually her twin sister that was the bad guy.
Oh yeah, and in case you were wondering what his role in the story is, it's to
Don't say take his shirt off. Don't say fan service.
be consistently wrong about everything.
He has been he's like the Brock of the Acolyte. He's literally in the background just describing shit so that the master could say, no, it is actually like this.
To make the various strong female characters look better by comparison. Anyway, they decide to ship strong female character number 1 back to Coruscant to answer for her crimes. Now, you might think it would make sense to just take her back on their own ship.
No. Okay, I made relentless fun of this piece of shit plot point.
Because why wouldn't you do that, right? You're there with her already.
Wrong! You put her on a ship completely manned by droids and no actual humans and in sentient life. And holy shit, this is stupid.
Ready, and there's 2 of you, so you could keep an eye on her and make sure that she doesn't try to escape. Because if she really is responsible for killing a Jedi, despite all the evidence pointing against it, then clearly she's smart, resourceful, and powerful.
Yeah.
You don't want to take any chances with this one, lads.
True.
Or you could put her on regular old prison transport with minimal security and
Minimal security and no humans, only droids.
just assume that everything's gonna work
But there's only droids. It's like the stupidest shit in the world.
out fine. And wouldn't you know it,
Yeah, no, this has been just relentlessly dumb. It's wild.
within about 2 minutes, the other convicts stage a prison break, overpower the one and only guard droid on board, and leave
There's
her
one guard droid! Dude, this is the most pathetic shit in the world. Like, oh my god, there is so much good Star Wars lore, and this is what they do. This is what they do!
alone to crash land on the planet, which she survives because an uncontrolled crash from orbital velocity is definitely the sort of thing you can walk away from.
No, don't worry, she buckled her seatbelt. She was fine.
Anyway, back on Coruscant, we're introduced to Squid Game Guy, who receives word from strong female
Hey, not fair, bro. Not fair. I don't hate him because of his bad acting. I hate him because his character is shit. We are not the same.
character number 3 that strong female character number 1's ship has crashed.
Dude, I love how Green Jedi lady is like, no, we can't send you on this mission. It's too dangerous. We don't want to lose you. And he's like, okay, I'll go. And she's like, okay, but don't take more than 2 people with you. That whole conversation was just like, okay, I'm gonna put a bullet in my face now.
They know this because they picked up the escaped prisoners from the escape pod, but they haven't gotten around to investigating the crash site yet, and are thinking about sending out probe droids to take a quick look.
Yeah.
Okay, back up a second because I really want to go over this one. If you recovered these prisoners from the escape pod and brought them all the way back to Coruscant, that must mean that you already had at least one Republic ship in orbit around the planet to recover the escape pod in the first place.
No, maybe they just flew to prison, alright? Critical drinker, bet you didn't consider this. Maybe they all regretted their sins and they just all flew straight to prison to answer for their crimes. Consider that, huh? British man? Aw, dude, bet he didn't think of that.
So you're telling me that instead of investigating the crash site for survivors, which would have been on the planet directly below, you instead brought the prisoners all the way back to...
See, the thing is about gravity in the Acolyte, gravity does not submit to the patriarchy, so it's living its best life, and therefore, she was able to survive the crash landing into a planet or something.
public headquarters and...
Also, I love how her defining feature is, yes, green.
then asked for instructions? So, like, are you retarded or what? Also, if strong female character number 3 looks familiar to you, you might recognize her as showrunner Leslie Headland's wife.
I'll admit, I did not recognize her, but thank you.
I'm sure that had absolutely nothing to do with her casting in this show, just like James Gunn doesn't let family connections influence his casting choices either. Anyway, Squid Game
I'm sure that was a really good zinger, but I had no idea what it was.
Guy decides that he wants to
Ahsoka did the same shit, but sure, this time it's bad. I haven't seen Ahsoka, but I heard Ahsoka was trash. So, not sure what your logic is, chat.
take a look at the site for himself, because strong female character number 1 was his Padawan once upon a time.
True. No, but the best part of this conversation was like, no, you can't go, it's too dangerous. And he's like, no, I should go. And she's like, okay, but don't take more than 2 people. That conversation just literally kills me.
So he rounds up dumb male character and strong female character number 2 and heads off to the crash site to investigate, and almost immediately runs into her after ripping off a scene from The Fugitive. Then he explains that strong female and
Dude, that whole scene was wild. Wild! I'm so happy I didn't watch more episodes of this show. Oh my god, just reliving episode 1 right now is gut-wrenchingly sad.
antagonist is definitely dead because he saw her die in a fire when she was
He's like, oh, it is you. Did you do it? I did it. My sister did it. She is alive. This is 2 seconds later. He confirms that she's dead. Like, he's having a conversation with the other dude, and he's like, listen, she has a twin sister. The twin sister is dead. I saw her die. He shows up to the planet. He's like, are you the killer? She's like, no, the twin sister's alive. And he's like, yes, I knew it. And it's like, oh my fucking, you moron.
was a kid, so strong female character number 1 is the only person who could possibly have committed this crime. But then strong female character number 1 is like, I didn't do it, trust me bro. And he's like,
I do trust you.
oh, I'm convinced.
I don't know. If I was a murderous killer, I would have tried that too. So, like, that makes sense.
Fuck me, you're easy to win over, aren't you? It's good to see that a Jedi Knight won't listen to evidence, logic, or
Remember how they said that a Jedi doesn't pull out their lightsaber unless they're gonna kill somebody?
reason, but a single unverified claim by a woman with absolutely no reason to be truthful is enough to totally change his perspective.
I agree.
Like, I'm very much in the camp that rational evidence would be enough to exonerate her in this case, but if you're not even willing to listen to that, and are still convinced that her twin sister died because you apparently saw it happen, then what other conclusion can you draw here? You know?
Bro, just force them. You have the force Did you commit the crime? I did not commit the crime. The end. Force polygraph test. Easy.
No, here's a crazy idea. How about you do that forced mind reading thing that you did earlier with one
Oh shit.
of the escaped prisoners?
No!
That would clear up everything.
It's the funniest thing is because, like, you have all of these stories, like in Star Wars, that are so ingenuitive. You have so many cool plot twists and back and forths. I don't know. This is coming from the guy that's just begun the lore dive into the greater Star Wars franchise. And, brother, the fact that none of this intricate lore is utilized at all in these stories, and then they just come up with this bullshit. Bro, you do realize this episode is an entire string of plot holes for the excuse to introduce her and her twin sister as the main characters. Like, it's tragic. It's tragic from just a media literacy perspective.
Pretty quickly, either she would open her mind to you and you'd be able to tell if she was innocent or guilty, or if she tried to block you, it would be a pretty strong indication that she was
True.
trying to cover up her own guilt. But nah, one quick conversation's enough to change his mind, I guess. Meanwhile, strong female antagonist goes for a walk on a beach and meets up with Discount Venom,
Dude, this is still one of my favorite moments of my reaction.
who delivers what may be one of the most nonsensical monologues in the entire show.
Steel or laser are no threat to them.
She literally did kill a
But she killed her with steel! I made that same comment. It's like, steel and laser is no threat to a Jedi. Right after she literally murdered a Jedi with steel. Like, this is the saddest shit.
Jedi with a fucking blade less than 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like, do these people even read their own scripts?
No.
Do they even think about what they're writing? Then
They
he
have ChatGPT. They don't need to read their own scripts. My favorite part about this is, like,
ignites a red
meow.
lightsaber for no other reason.
Literally no reason. And the funniest part about this, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to blow this conspiracy. All right, this is the this is my reaction to the Acolyte, the first episode. Don't worry, I will not be doing any more of these because holy fuck, it's bad. And there she is. Yeah, there she is. It's exciting. Everyone was excited. But my favorite part was here at the end where you have this dude on the cliff. Here's our motherfucker over here on the cliff. Alright, he's ready to go. Hey, ready for the red lightsaber. Meow.
Acolyte.
Guys, listen, I'm telling you. How sad is that? How sad is that? The fact that it was incredibly stupid and bullshit, that he just pulls it out for the flex purposes, not actually for any logical reason in the actual, you know, in the scope of the story, it makes no sense. But the fact that I predicted the absolute bullshittery because I have no respect in this series is just so inspiring. Hey, ready for the red lightsaber? Meow.
Acolyte.
It's just tragic. Honestly, fucking tragic. It's just so sad. It's so sad.
And then because they want you to know that he's a Sith, and that's
Bro, they got actual Tumblr fanfic authors to get a hold of a multi-billion-dollar franchise. Honestly, bro.
it. That's episode 1 over.
Literally me right now.
What a completely retarded mess this show is.
No.
It's built around literally the simplest by-the-numbers
God.
murder mystery plot.
Except there's no mystery. This is the worst murder mystery plot in the history of time. Like, originally, when she killed the Jedi, I thought this was gonna be a murder mystery plot. It is literally not a murder mystery plot. Like, not even a little bit at all. The fact that this is so not a murder mystery plot, it makes it embarrassing when they try to make believe it's a murder mystery plot. Mindy calling Star Wars has never been this good. Fucking Velma would be able to pick this one together.
Complete with twin sister femme fatale tropes and everything, and somehow still finds a way to fuck it up.
No, you're wrong. This is not a murder mystery plot at all. Literally not. It is a propaganda machine designed as a Star Wars show for the IP boost. Like, let's not even make believe, even a little bit, that this is a murder mystery plot. Lady jumps in, kills Jedi in the first episode. We meet the twin sister. The twin sister's all nice, gets arrested. She gets a dream, and in her dream, it is revealed to her that the twin sister is the murderer. The Jedi all immediately believe her, and then it cuts to the twin sister somewhere else. There is no mystery in the murder mystery at all. This is the least mysterious mystery of all time.
Together by insane coincidences, ridiculous contrivances,
No, and every single character failed an IQ test.
and decisions that run contrary to logic and common sense. Andor showed us how a murder investigation can be conducted in a smart, gripping, tension-building way,
I don't know, people told me I should watch Andor. People tell me that that's like the last good Star Wars show.
a combination of deductive logic, interesting character moments, and explosive bursts of gritty action. You get the feeling they were trying real hard to emulate that tone and feel in this show. The only things they're missing are brains, creativity, imagination, and writing skill.
Only that? They have a chance.
And that's not the only problems at play here either.
never
The
mind.
acting is terrible, the fight choreography is weak, nobody looks
Fight choreography is not as weak as it is insane. I feel like the fact that she wouldn't pull out her lightsaber, for example, was so frustrating I could not even enjoy the decent choreography.
like they actually want to be here, and the pacing is god-awful. The episode could probably have been wrapped up in under 20 minutes without all the pointless time-wasting travel backwards and forwards, and redundant conversations telling us stuff we just saw happen.
I love how smug this guy is for being a complete dumb fuck.
We're only one episode in so far, and I can already see how they're having to stretch the paper-thin plot to try to spin it out into 8 episodes.
Dude, I don't even know. I'm so happy I'm not reacting to the rest of the series. Holy shit. Thank you all so much for not hitting the like goal.
This show might aspire to be something like
And he used his lightsaber as a glow stick in the cave. I can't get over it. Like, it's just sad.
Andor, but it's more like Book of Boba Fett. And believe me, it only gets worse with episode 2. But
No! Are you serious?
I'm gonna have to cover that in a separate video because I don't think my mind or my liver can handle too much of this stuff all at once. Anyway, that's all I've got for today.
Alright, yeah, well, that was episode 1. I told you we were going to be going through all 3 episodes, alright? So full disclosure, I did not watch episode 2. Let's see what we got. We're gonna go through all of this shit. We're gonna see if episode 3 was actually the travesty against man and God, the way that everyone's been telling me it is. But let's see.
Cinematic calamity that is the Acolyte is a bit like being one of those poor guys shoveling radioactive debris.
Bro, I literally made that same example. I literally made the same example. Not with the radioactive degree, but I'll never find the clip where I said that I felt like the main character in Kaiju number 8. You know the anime where these giant kaiju appear in the middle of Japan and just drop massive dookies all over Tokyo? And then after they kill the kaiju, they have to send in the fucking goon squad to roll in and clean up the carcasses and all the shit all over the city? Like, imagine Godzilla-sized shits, and your job is to clean it up. So I felt like that guy watching The Acolyte.
off the roof at Chernobyl. You have to limit your exposure time, otherwise it's a one-way trip to Moscow for you, comrades.
Alright.
Anyway, since I've taken it upon myself to document the full scale of this disaster piece for as long as my brain and liver can hold up, it's onwards and downwards with episode 2. 30 minutes of TV, which I'm relatively convinced was written by a group of chimpanzees with learning difficulties.
It was obviously made with ChatGPT and an overseer that has slight macular degeneration.
The episode opens with strong female antagonists sneaking into a Jedi temple on generic planet number 4271.
Oh, this is so sad! This is so sad! There's so much lore! Please, why are you doing this? Putting them on random planets? Oh my god.
This is where she encounters token white guy who's floating in the
He is very white.
middle of the room meditating or something. And let's just take a moment to
Oh my god, look at this guy. What the fuck?
guy who's floating in the middle of the room meditating or something. And let's just
Oh my god, dude. What is this haircut? Holy shit. Every single character just gives off the badass vibe. Like the epic character. And look at this guy. There is no way they made him look like freaking MODOK from Ant-Man. Like, what is even happening right now? This is insane. It's Asmongold floating in the air. No one expected anyone, but Amish beard Asmongold was literally there waiting for it all.
just take a moment to appreciate this guy's character design, shall we?
Does she have a this is the saddest fake force field crap I've ever seen.
I didn't think it was possible to simultaneously look like an old man and a small child.
It literally is. It's Amish Asmongold. This is crazy.
But apparently they found a way to make it happen.
Let's go.
We also learn later in the episode that
Did she really think? Oh,
token
God.
white guy's been here for more than 10 years and hasn't spoken a word to anyone that whole time.
Listen, no dialogue. You know what that means? We don't drink. This is the Nuxanor Acolyte drinking game. Every time there's a straight white man with dialogue, you drink. And so far, no dialogue.
So, like, has he just been floating here in the middle of the room for a decade? How does he eat, or sleep, or take a force dump?
Don't ask stupid questions, okay? No, you don't understand. This is the Acolyte paradox. You absolute buffoon. The Acolyte paradox means anything that takes place in this time does not actually have to follow the laws of physics in any minute before or after the scene takes place. That is Disney disease.
Are Jedi allowed to just abandon their responsibilities and go in the huff for 10 years with no
Dude, what is this scene? Oh my god, hold on. I'm sorry, I'm excited. Look at her do her little twirl.
Jedi allowed to
Punch,
just
punch,
abandon their
bang,
responsibilities and go in the huff for
throws a knife. Did she really think she'd get it in with the fake kick? No, we have to see. I'm sorry, we're seeing one more time.
Or Jedi
Alright, so the punch didn't work. Right.
allowed to just
What about the second punch? Maybe that one will go through right there.
The
Alright,
band-
well, maybe the elbow. Maybe if I hit him with an elbow, maybe I'll Krav Maga. My Krav Maga technique will get through.
in their
Alright, don't worry. I'll turn around. Oh, it looks like I'm going. It looks like I'm leaving.
responsibilities and
Oh,
go in the huff
knife.
for 10
another punch.
years with no
We'll try that. Oh, that didn't work either. Oh my god, that is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I've seen some really bad choreography over my day. Yeah, you know who would kick her butt, honestly? All right, who would win? May from the Acolyte or Jiu-Jitsu? I'm just saying, I'm sensing a really close fight. I really want to see if we can get some good power scalers on this. I want to see if we can get a positive. Holy shit, bro. Jiu-Jitsu, guys. I'm sorry, I can't. All right. Let's keep going. All right. Back to. All right. I had a really good minute there, and now back to having dreams shattered and lives being destroyed. All right, let's see what we got.
actions or official punishment? Who knows? The showrunners almost certainly don't, because I'm willing to
What
bet
the
their
fuck
thinking
is-
on this one didn't extend much beyond, wouldn't it be cool if strong female antagonist has to kill a Jedi, but he's protected by a magical bullshit force field, so she has to find another way to kill him instead. So anyway, strong female
Right.
antagonist does her patented come at me bro routine.
Oh my god, does she have to do that whole thing every time?
Attack me
Oh my god, she literally did that to the last guy. This is unbelievable.
with all your strength.
Oh my god, she says the same fanfic line. Are you joking? Get new material, lady. Oh my god.
And tries to kill token white guy,
Hiya,
but he's
hiya,
protected by a
hiya.
magical bullshit
What the-
force field, and all her attacks just kind of
This is the saddest shit in the universe.
bounce off him. I love how the Force has gone from this subtle mystical power that gives people some limited influence on the physical world to just full-on magic that can do whatever the script needs it to.
Interesting. It's almost like the people that are writing Star Wars for Disney I have no idea what Star Wars is actually about.
Truly, George Lucas must be proud of what they've done with his creation.
Look how they massacred my boy. I just see my boy Don Corleone over here, and I hear the words.
Now, you might think that strong female antagonist would have
Dude, please keep this GIF playing.
been prepared for a contingency like this. I mean, this force field might be able to deflect knives and fists, but I'm pretty sure it's not impenetrable. Maybe she brought along poison gas that could seep through the force field and choke him to death, or an explosive charge that would collapse the temple on top of his head, or a thermal detonator that would vaporize everything in the vicinity. I mean, they might not be the most elegant solutions, but if you've only got
Look,
one...
you're trying to kill him. We've already established that you can't kill him with laser and steel. Try something else. I don't know, poison him. Something.
chance to kill this guy, then you'd be wise to take any opportunity that you can. But nah, instead she's just like, well, I'm out of ideas, and runs away. This is where we hook...
That's awesome. Holy shit. She tried punching the force field for 5 minutes and was like, ah, I'm out! There's no way, dude.
Up with strong female character number 1 and Squid Game guy, who get word of the assassination attempt from strong female character number 3 and set out to investigate.
Alright. I love how they immediately cleared her name. I thought, wait. At the end of episode 1, I thought they were definitely gonna say, alright, this whole evil twin sister theory that everyone saw die it's a good theory. Let's take you in for questioning and we'll figure this out. Are you telling me that they didn't even bring her in and figure this out? After she got recognized by an eyewitness and they were just like, I believe you that your alleged evil twin sister that was supposedly dead is alive and is the murderer, and now we're letting you go. And not only are we letting you go, but we're letting you run point on this investigation? Are you joking me? No. They immediately are like, all right, evil twin sister, you so right, you real. And then they trusted her. And then they put her as the one. I'm sorry, man. This ain't it, bro. This ain't it. No critical thinking was done.
Meanwhile, strong female antagonist meets up with Discount Ezra Miller, which I realize is a misleading name since it implies that Ezra Miller has any intrinsic value to begin with, but
Damn real.
hey, at least he got there first. Anyway, Discount Ezra Miller's killed the owner of a local drugstore
Not straight and white, and therefore not drinking. Just saying.
and taken over the place. Why? Don't know. But if your intention here is to operate covertly, then killing a local businessman and stealing his shop probably isn't the best way to go about it. I mean, people generally come to know local shop owners because they're an important part of the community, and if one of them was to go missing suddenly, then I'm pretty sure they'd start asking questions. And the first person they'd ask is the random arsehole that's suddenly squatting in his shop. Anyway.
Wait, so this guy just went into a random shop, murdered the guy, and is just kind of chilling there, and no one's even looking into it or asking about it. Makes sense to me.
Hey, those are questions for a different show.
Again, you, Mr. Critical Drinker, with all due respect, you did not understand a thing that I've said. Not a single thing have you listened to. I say with resentment and disappointment in my boner. This is Acolyte's paradox. Acolyte's paradox is everything that's going on the screen right now. Anything that takes place 1 second before or 1 second after does not exist. We are within the Acolyte paradox. This is classic Disney-itis. No scene has to make sense with a future or past. It only has to kind of exist in its own weird amorphous state that could get the iPad kids excited.
A show written by functioning adults who actually understand cause and effect, and that's not what the Acolyte is about.
Cause and effect, that implies that there is time. But in the Acolyte, there is no time. There is only now. And as a fellow Lovecraftian god, I understand all of this.
So anyway, Discount Ezra Miller gives strong female antagonist a poison to kill token white guy, since weapons apparently don't work on him.
Nice, love that.
Now, at first, I have to admit that I thought this was a good idea. Maybe it's some kind of airborne pathogen that his force field can't protect him from, or acid strong enough to melt his fake
I feel like he's building up this thing really stupid.
beard off. But nah, it's just actual poison that he has to drink.
What? Wait, are you serious? Dude, if he drank a knife, it would kill him too. I don't see how this is helping.
Definitely shite.
I don't think you really appreciate the dimensions of this particular problem, Discount Ezra Miller. If she can't physically reach him, then she can't force
keep kicking. Dude, I love this choreography. I love the kicking.
him to
How the fuck do you drink a knife? You stab yourself in the neck, idiot. What is this question?
drink the poison, and so the mission's a bust. So if we're assuming that he knew she was gonna need that poison, which is why he took over the drugstore, then why the hell didn't he give this to her on her first attempt at killing this guy? Why did he wait for her to fail and then come back for more help? Isn't that just putting a massive target on your back?
Damn. I'm real.
But that's okay, because I guess strong female antagonist has read the script already and knows that everything's gonna work out fine. Now, you
Makes
might
sense to
think
me.
that if there'd been an assassination attempt on the local Jedi by someone who's already murdered at least one Jedi Master, it would make sense to beef up security around the temple.
Wait, this is after they already knew there was an assassination attempt and they don't have any guards? They still have the same dude floating there? They were like, oh, well, she couldn't get in with her Krav Maga, so I guess, what the fuck? Are you serious?
Lock the place down, have armed guards stationed at every
And she was just allowed back in? She was just allowed back? Oh my god,
entry
oh
point.
my god.
Maybe even move token white guy to a more secure location.
Can't move him, there's a force field.
So it was refreshing to see that they did absolutely fuck all in this case, and the only thing that was beefed up around here was this body positive individual. You know, I seem to recall
Hey, listen, he's the biggest security guard they had.
reading that Jedi practice intense mental and physical discipline, training their bodies and minds to the very peak of their capabilities.
Wait, that guy's a Jedi? No. Really? No. Like, really?
To give themselves the best possible chance in the event of armed conflicts. The thing is, mental and physical discipline are not words that come to mind when I look at the big lad here.
Wait, is that guy a Jedi? I don't accept that. I don't accept that. There's no way. There's no way they would do this. These are fucking space priest ninjas, okay? Like, listen, I'm not here to insult fat people or anything, but being a Jedi, it should not be in the job description. Like, what on earth is going on? You're actually joking. Oh my god. I can't believe it. He's a Jedi? Oh my god. Oh my lord. One of Jabba's kind was a Jedi. Well, I'm sure he was in peak shape for being a Hutt guy, okay? This dude, he ain't no Hutt guy. I don't understand. There is no reason for this. It's like having a fat Spider-Man or a fat Batman or a fat Superman. Look, I'm not saying that being fat is a travesty against man, okay? I'm just saying that being Batman is not in the job description. Bro, maybe he's just wearing a lot of robes. I'm just saying. He's wearing the robes. He has the freaking Jedi tassel thing. I can't believe it. That's like, oh, it's the Flash, but he's fat now. Like, that's stupid. Dude's right. I mean, come on, man. Why? Oh my god. That's crazy. Listen, let's not make believe being fat is athletic. Okay.
Words that come to mind when I look at the big lad here. No wonder token white guy lives in a force bubble for 10 years. The only thing I'd trust this guy to defend me from is an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Damn, that's rough, buddy. Listen, not hating on him for being fat. I'm hating on him for being a Jedi. Not even hating on him. I'm hating on the writers.
Good game
Who wrote this shit? This is insane. Oh my god.
guy and strong female character arrive at the temple, but they're too late to stop strong female antagonist who slips inside completely unopposed because everyone in this episode is retarded and gives token white guy the poison. And he's like, well, guess it's time to die.
What? No! You're joking. What? He just drinks it himself? She can't get through the force field and he's like, all right, I'll just drink it myself. Oh my god, dude. I cannot believe this. Why can't fat people be Jedi? Being fat doesn't stop you from using the Force or swinging a lightsaber. I mean, it does make you a lot less athletic, okay? You have to swing the lightsaber to block the bullets flying at you, but you have to be athletic enough to do that. I don't know. Jedi are supposed to be of complete control of their body and their mind and peak mental and physical abilities, and that guy ain't. That guy ain't. But, dude, what is going on here? She couldn't break through the force field with a knife, but now that she has a poison, dude just said, oh, hell yeah.
Aye then, and promptly murders himself.
Oh man, oh god, oh man.
That's crazy. I cannot believe this. He just drank. I can't believe this. I'm fucking out of here. There's no way.
Genuinely don't understand what just took place here. Like, if token white guy places so little value on his own life, then why did he even resist strong female antagonist earlier? Why not just let her kill you? Jesus, even Carrie-Anne Moss got to put up some kind of fight, but this chump just agrees to die without even a whimper.
This is the saddest thing in the world. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. He had dialogue, so he had to drink. That's the rule. Yeah, I guess so. That's unbelievable.
Oh yes,
I'm like actually taken aback. I knew this was bad, but I didn't think it was that bad.
that's shite.
Fuck off, token white guy, and take your stupid 1970s hairdo with you.
Bro, you're gonna really hit Asmongold with that?
Anyway, with their mission complete, you'd think it would make sense for strong female antagonist and discount Ezra Miller to get off the planet as quickly as possible. After all, they've done what they need to do here, and the Jedi are clearly onto them now, so there's no reason to stay here a second longer. But because everyone in this episode is retarded, they decide to hang around in the vicinity of the crime scene for absolutely no reason, which
Why? Why don't they leave? Why didn't she leave just like she left when she killed the other Jedi? Why did she feel like it's cool to just chill around here now when there's literally people hunting you down.
Which gives Squid Game guy and strong female character a chance to catch up to them by tracking the poison back to the only drugstore in the area, which discount Ezra Miller is conveniently still living in so that the rest of the plot can happen.
He actually murdered a guy, moved into the drugstore, sold the poison, and just felt like none of this could catch up to him. Honestly, the smartest character in this entire show is the Jedi that killed himself, because if I was in the show, I would also kill myself.
Fuck.
You'd think at this point they would start to investigate what common factor links the two Jedi victims, like a past mission that they went on together, for example. I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure that's basic police procedure when dealing with serial killers like this, trying to understand what connects the victims. Anyway, this is when something happens which is so monumentally dumb, it makes everything else in this episode look like a Christopher Nolan movie by comparison.
Oh no.
Strong female character
God.
decides that it's best to go into the shop posing as strong female antagonist so that she can get a confession from discount Ezra Miller about.
There's no way they did this whole fucking hijinks, twin sister taking your place to get a confession. Dude, you have Jedi mind control powers. What are you doing?
What happens? Why can't you just go in there, arrest him, and use that forced mind reading trick from the first episode to rip the information you need right out of his head?
Yeah.
Why are you
What is this? And she wears a wire and everything? She watched an episode of White Collar and is like, oh dude, I could pull off a Neil Caffrey. What the hell is this?
wasting time with this ridiculous?
Oh my god, they did a whole charade. Can you imagine? You have these Jedi, they literally know that this is the guy who sold the assassin, who sold the poison, okay? They could walk in there and just freaking Jedi mind trick him and to get the answer. But instead, they go robe shopping. Not that she knows exactly what her twin sister was wearing, but she went robe shopping to buy a dark, edgy robe so she could cosplay.
Contrived bull.
Are you telling me that episode 3 is actually worse than this?
Oh shit. Why doesn't discount Ezra Miller immediately realize that something's up when his friend starts acting like a completely different person and asking probing questions about stuff that they both already know? Why does nothing in
Oh my god, real. She walks in and she's like, oh hey, I'd like another poison.
this show make any sense? The thing is, this is exactly what dumb male characters suggested, and it was played off as some ridiculous plan and shot down immediately by strong female character number 2, when in reality it was a much more logical and reliable way of getting the information they needs. Anyway, so the gang spring their idiotic trap and Squid Game guy gets into a martial arts battle with strong female antagonist, because
What?
that's apparently how fighting gets done in Star Wars now.
Well, what is this martial arts shit? Dude, what is with Jedi doing this to her? Dude, yeah, oh yeah, she's the best assassin in the world. She fought a Jedi that didn't want to pull out her lightsaber out that she killed with a kunai. Then she fought a Jedi that commits suicide. Now she's fighting a Jedi that also won't pull a lightsaber out. Bro, literally history's greatest assassin.
And then she escapes by knocking some dust in their faces.
What have they done to my boy? What have they done to Star Wars?
You went full retard, man.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that. And strong female character tries to stop her with a stun gun but misses for some reason. Like she's really conflicted by this whole thing. It's a stun gun, you fucking moron. It's designed to stun people without harming them. You're not being asked to kill her. There's no moral dilemma to any of this. Just stun her, apprehend her, and
Bro, she has stormtrooper aim. I don't understand. This is the saddest shit I've ever seen.
then pick up the pieces later.
She's a murderer. She's killing people. Oh my god.
But instead, she lets her go so that the rest of the plot can happen.
Oh, this whole episode felt like a literal wank-off session. None of this had any relevance at all.
Then strong female antagonist links back up with discount Ezra Miller and
Bro, how did this guy get out? They just let him go? They literally caught him as the guy that sold the poison to the assassin and they literally just let him go?
decides to trust him again, despite the fact that he told the Jedi their entire plan and has definitely compromised their mission beyond any hope of completion because everyone in this episode is retarded. You know, they say that characters are only as smart as the people writing them, and I think the Acolyte is a perfect demonstration of that.
Real.
Nobody in this show acts with anything even approaching common sense or logic. People make completely incongruous decisions that actively work against their own interests for no other reason than to keep this absurd parody of a story trundling forward.
Yeah, it is wild that this show survived past episode 1. Like, I don't understand who greenlit this shit. And the thing is, I know that's what they have to do. I was talking to the Netflix live-action producer about adaptations and shit like that. Just recently. I told him that Avatar was trash, and, yeah, well, whatever. Anyway, so I was talking to him about it, and in order for Netflix to let him make the show, He needed to prove to them exactly what the full season would look like. He needed to tell them exactly what was going on in each episode and a connected thread between each episode. That's why, like, in the One Piece live action, he needed to get the Marines to chase Luffy from the very beginning instead of introducing them way later, because Netflix actually required them to have a continual plot point be in every episode of One Piece live action. So he had to fit with those guidelines. They had to okay the individual story arcs as well as an overarching story arc and shit like that. This is unbelievable that someone on Disney side did not even look at the script for a second and realize that this entire episode did absolutely nothing at all.
The problem with a murder mystery plot is that you actually have to build up and maintain a mystery.
There's no mystery. This is not a murder mystery plot. I've already said this.
Keep the audience invested.
This is a no plot. There is no actual plot in this show. There is no plot. They know it's the evil sister. They tracked the evil sister to a planet. The evil sister found poison to poison the Jedi so the Jedi could kill himself because she can't kill the Jedi. He does kill himself. They find the sister, they let her go. That is not an episode that moves the plot forward in any capacity.
And it's pretty difficult to do that when every character spills their guts about everything that's happening at the very first opportunity, and all the major players are so completely boring and unlikable that you don't even care who lives or dies anyway. Everything about this episode is idiotic, childly simplistic, and so badly implemented that it's not just ham-fisted, it's sausage-fingered and bacon-wristed. It's a textbook example of people hired for their identity rather than their talent, reaching for something that's far beyond their—
Again, I don't even blame the actors and actresses. Like, I don't think this should have ever moved past, like, a storyboarding phase. Like, if you want to blame the actors and actresses, you are barking up the wrong tree. Whoever is the brains behind this story and was like, okay, this is the plot, that person needs to get fired and blacklisted from the entire industry, because it's a travesty that this is even allowed. Oh, this is a 100% blame Disney moment.
Intellectual grasp and blowing hundreds of millions of dollars in the process. The Acolyte is a show made by idiots intended for morons, which even—
Dude, and every time you open Disney Plus, it's the first thing on Disney Plus. They're like so proud of the new Star Wars show, and it's a travesty.
Even the most die-hard Star Wars fanboys would struggle to defend at this point.
It's unironically a cumsock of the Star Wars universe. Like, it is so sad to see what Star Wars has become.
That's all I've got.
Alright, I'm excited. Let's see how bad episode 3 got. Oh my god. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's wrap this up.
Power of one.
Yes, yes.
The power of two. The power of many.
What the fuck is happening right now? Was that an actual audio clip from the Acolyte? No. Power of one, the power of two, the power of many. That's not a thing, right? The power of one, the power of two, Acolyte.
This is how it happened. This is how Star Wars died. I saw a lot of people talking about this on Twitter. This is the Acolyte, right?
Come, claim your destiny.
Come. That's something I did not do watching this show, that's for sure. I did not come.
What the thread has tied together, no one can—
The hell's the thread? What the thread is tied together? Okay.
separate. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
What the fuck is happening? I can't believe it.
The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
What was that? Oh my god!
The fuck is this? This is Star Wars?
Oh my god! This is like... Dude, this is like Dune, except it's a cosplay, but it's cosplay. The cosplay quality is the kind of shit you'd find on Pornhub. Like, I don't understand.
For the pure souls that don't know, yesterday Disney aired what is already one of the most hated pieces of Star Wars media, topped off only by the holiday special, featuring a covenant of all female witches Force users.
Alright, don't spoil it for me, Mr. Asmongold editor guy. Alright, let's see this. Oh god, fucking shit, that's crazy. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many. Can't believe that got past the writing phase, honestly. Holy shit.
Yes. yes.
Yes!
Episode 3 of The Acolyte
All right.
was, without a doubt, one of the most devastatingly embarrassing spectacles I think I've ever witnessed on TV.
That's right.
40 solid minutes of relentless, unadulterated, unapologetic, unaware cringe, distilled down to its purest and most toxic form. A show made by people who seem to despise not just Star Wars, but the very concept of filmmaking and storytelling in general.
Dude, honestly, it's like, I don't know. As someone that loves fiction, I love fiction. As you know, I do the lore dives into everything now. I love fiction, and this is just sad. Not only is it sad that it's so bad, but it's also sad that Star Wars is such a rich show. You could have made your shit, weird, fanfic, tier, porn level acting piece of trash based on something else. It did not have to be Star Wars. It didn't have to be a beloved franchise. It's like, okay, now we have a big IP, so now we're just gonna, I don't know, we're gonna come fuck it and just shove its asshole full of references and cringe.
It's quite literally anti-entertainment made by anti-geniuses, and I do believe it may have broken what's left of the Star Wars fandom forever. Anyway, there's an extra large bottle of toilet duck with my name on it, so let's get this over with as quickly as possible.
Yeah, let's do this. I agree, please.
The episode begins 16 years before the main events of the show, on the peaceful planet of whatever stupid name the writers concocted this
Brencock
time. And we get to see strong female character and strong female antagonist when they were still little kids.
Dude, this should have been the first episode, because I literally did not... Now that we've already established that this is never supposed to be a murder mystery story, it's like they were trying to make it a murder mystery story and they literally gave up on that whole idea halfway through episode 1. Since we've already established the fact that this is not a murder mystery at all, why was this not episode 1? Because in episode 1, the entire time they were doing the whole my tragic backstory with a fire with the people that died. It's like, and I literally felt nothing about anyone, like, at all. Like, this is obviously gonna be that backstory, so why wasn't this episode 1? Whatever, who cares? Power of one, power of two, power of many, am I right?
I know this because of the subtle visual cues, like them still having the exact
the same hairstyle, that's crazy.
Same hairstyle they'll have 16 years later. Because as we all know, everyone chooses to stay exactly the same forever.
True.
Anyway, strong female character and strong female antagonist live with their two mums in a coven of communist lesbian space witches.
He's joking, I presume. This is not a commune of lesbian space witches, right?
That have chosen to isolate themselves from the rest of the Republic because the galaxy doesn't tolerate women like them.
That's not a real thing. It is? Everyone's saying it is. It's a coven of lesbian space witches. And they locked themselves off from the galaxy because the galaxy is not accepting of lesbians? You're fucking kidding me that that's actually like the plot. They completely forgot about the Night Sisters? Okay, I didn't get that far in the lore. I don't know what Night Sisters are. They should have stayed hidden.
Oh my goodness, I wonder what that could possibly be a reference to.
No, it's crazy. I love how you have like a lot of really interesting metaphors when it comes to good writing. Like when you write characters or plot lines in a way that obviously does reference something very real in the very real world, and like it really gets you to think. But this is just like scandalously on the nose. Holy shit. At least buy me dinner before you fuck me in the ass.
The writing is so subtle on this show, you see, I just can't make out what they're driving at.
Oh my god, dude.
Also, this is just a crazy thought on my part, but if you really want to remain hidden from the rest of the galaxy, maybe don't build your communist lesbian space witch community in a gigantic fortress on top of a mountain that's
okay, there's a lot of planets, alright? That's not...
so big it can probably get seen from space.
Bro, this is insane. I don't understand. Like, why would they do this? They did not need to do this.
Are you dumb or something?
Anyway, this is where the show tries its hand at character development, and I use
Night Sisters are the only good wishes from the old Star Wars days, before the dark times, before Disney. Yeah, Night Sisters are the women of Darth Maul's race and all the wishes with magic. I don't think commune and communist are the same, lol. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if they're all sharing food and shit in some glorious communist utopia, then...
use that word about as loosely as I'd use the term
I love how it's like, it's some sort of utopia in this commune without men. Literal paradise and utopia. Even nature loves them all. Good thing there are no men here to ruin that.
Where the show tries its hand at character development, and I use that word about as loosely as I'd use the term fine dining to describe a pot noodle. The two strong female twins.
Don't hate on pot noodles, okay? Instant noodle soup, instant ramen is one of the few greatest things of the 21st century. I stand by that. It is always there for you when you're alone, when you're sad, when you're cold and shivering. You will have instant ramen. It will be beside you. You know what won't be? Star Wars. Instant ramen is literally better than Star Wars. And I will stand by that. Cup noodles bussin', brother. Okay? I would take that over Star Wars any day of the week.
Are due to go through a big ceremony to turn them into full-on witches because they were created without a father using the power of the Force.
But isn't that the whole Anakin shtick? I don't know. I just did it again. I didn't pick this up from watching the movies at all. I just did the whole Star Wars timeline lore dive shit. But they made it very clear that Anakin was the chosen one. He was like the first dude who was ever, fucking born from the Force. Like you know, the obvious Jesus paradox, that Jesus reference or Antichrist reference. He was actually born from Immaculate Conception. His mother never had a dick in his life, but got Darth Plagueis instead. Like, wasn't that like a whole gimmick? And they were like, oh shit, that's a dude that was born. But what about twin women, baby? Doesn't this literally cuck the whole Anakin Chosen One plot?
Sorry, the thread, but...
What the hell's the thread?
Don't worry, we'll get into that soon enough.
They stole the prophecy? They stole the prophecy!
Believe that. But strong female character dreams of leaving the communist lesbian space witches behind and seeing what else is out there in the galaxy.
That's nice.
Strong female antagonist, on the other hand, wants to stay right here and refuses to let her twin leave because she's a psychotic lunatic.
A psychotic lunatic that let the witness live. That makes sense.
I wonder if this is gonna have repercussions later. So it's time for
Well, it would be more impactful if, this was episode 1.
us to meet their mums. Strong female character number 4 and strong female character number 5, each of whom have slightly different perspectives on how to raise their strong female twins. Strong female character
I cannot keep track of this. Holy shit. What is going on?
Number 5 believes in discipline, caution, and suspicion of outsiders, while strong female character number 4 is more indulgent and free-thinking. And apparently she gets the last word on how they're raised because she created them with the power of the thread.
What am I watching? Like, this feels like I'm lost for words. I'm actually lost for words. I don't even understand. Like, why would they come up with this? Oh, I know I get the dibs on how to raise kids because I've impregnated people with the Force. I created a Force cock and Force cummed in your Force pussy. Like, what the shit is happening right now? This apparently takes place like 100 years before the story, but this feels like a fan fiction. Like, honestly, Sonic and Mario making out had more canonic integrity than this show.
I carried them. I created them.
What the hell is this argument? That's the stupidest thing in the world. It's like saying, oh yes, I came in a woman and gave her a child, so therefore I have all the right to make all the decisions. Sorry, woman, step aside. It's daddy time. Like, are they accidentally just basically proving that the father should have more input in the life of their kids than the mom? Is that what they're trying to say? Because the dad is is that what's happening right now? Because that's crazy, bro. I don't know.
Of the threads.
I carried them. I created them.
This is the saddest argument in the universe I've ever seen. I cannot believe what I'm watching. It's like, dude, it's like, I have the right to abuse my own children because I've created them, you fool! You fool, don't momsplain me!
Liar, liar, your pants on fire.
Got him.
Now, you might have thought that Anakin was the only example of Immaculate Conception in Star Wars, but you'd be wrong, you bigot, because it turns out that not one, but 2 strong female characters got there like 100 years earlier.
Let's go.
Why do I get Timeless Children and Star Trek Discovery vibes from all of this? Also, we might as well get this thread bullshit out of the way.
Alright, I'm ready.
So, like, you know how the Force has been one of the defining elements of Star Wars for almost 50 years?
I would argue the defining element of Star Wars in the last 50 years, but go on.
Referenced in every single movie, game, and TV show ever made? Well, it turns out we were all wrong, because according to the lesbian communist space witches, the real nature of it is a thread that binds all living things together.
Wait, the thread is the Force? Are they retconning the Force? Again, there is so much lore in Star Wars. I have just begun my lore dives. I've just went through the Old Republic stories. I went through the timeline. I have so much more Star Wars on the list to do more lore deep dives because it's such a fascinating, boisterous, beautiful world.
It's not a power that can be controlled or used as a weapon like those mean, stinky Jedi do. Also, it's funny because literally seconds later, strong female character number 4 actually does use the thread as a weapon.
How embarrassing.
Yeah.
And the more I think about that, the more it seems like a perfect metaphor for people just like this, claiming one thing and then doing the exact opposite without ever acknowledging their own hypocrisy.
Well, I don't think they ever claimed they were making a good story. I think even if you asked them what they were doing, they would say, oh, it's a soulless cash grab for the sake of, I don't know, crap. when we're gonna chalk it full with random agenda talking points and buzzwords so that everyone loves it.
Jesus, imagine still being a Star Wars fan at this point and having to reconcile all these conflicting bullshit ideas in your heads.
Yes, yes.
Anyway, it's time for one of the most cringe-inducing scenes in all of Star Wars.
Not the power of one, many. Not the power of many. No!
That's really saying something at this point.
Like, can I make something clear? If your activism is making people actively shit on the concept you're trying to promote, don't you think you're doing a bad job? I feel like this Acolyte episode 3 has literally taken lesbians back to the dark age. This is the worst possible way to promote some sort of anything in the world. Oh my god. Crazy.
Power of one.
Oh, they actually do this power of one.
The power of two. The power of...
That's painful. I am so sad.
I actually had to pause the playback, walk away, and really just let it sink in. This is a thing that actually got made. Real functioning adults wrote, performed, edited, and scored this, and at no point in the
No adults scored this, come on.
process did anyone raise their hands and say, I think this might be a bad idea, guys.
I think this might be the stupidest shit in the universe. And every single one of these people, this entire group of women over here, every single one of them is paid more than you. Okay? They have made more money through this performance than you made in the last year. Okay? Just want you to know that. They said power of many and shook their hands, and they made more money than you did in the last year.
Process did anyone raise their hands and say, I think this might be a bad idea, guys. This is exactly what happens when you take people
Dude, I see her everywhere. Who's this?
who consider this to be thought-provoking art and put them in charge of a $200 million Star Wars show. Truly, George Lucas must be so proud of what they've accomplished with his baby. Anyway, luckily for us, the ceremony gets interrupted when the mean stinky Jedi show up to kidnap the strong female twins because they think they could be powerful in the Force or something.
Are they really patriarchying the Jedi? Are they really making the Jedi like they were actually bad all along? Oh.
You know, it's funny how there seems to be this real
Harvey's assistant? No shot! She's Harvey Weinstein's assistant? Whatever. Alright.
They think they could be powerful in the Force or something. You know, it's funny how there seems to be this real concerted effort by Disney to paint the Jedi in the worst possible light.
I have noticed that as well. Interesting how that is. Dude, can your plot points be any more derivative and cringe?
They can be replaced with something more modern. Anyway, strong female character number 5 doesn't appreciate this much and uses the thread as a weapon, even though it totally isn't a weapon according to them, to threaten token white guy with annihilation.
Why is it always the white guy? It's crazy, I don't understand.
Because really, who else out of this extreme—
Dude, episode 1's white guy, complete moron. Episode 2 white guy, kills himself with poison. Episode 3 white guy, generic dude that gets tortured. Like, come on, guys! Dude! Can you imagine if they were doing this with black people? Like, I'm not even yonking your chain.
Extremely diverse group of Jedi could she possibly choose as her victim? Anyway, eventually strong female Jedi is able to calm things—
It's the same white guy, wait a second. Is this the meditating guy from the second episode that killed himself? No way, dude. This is the biggest glutton for punishment in Star Wars history. Oh my god, that's crazy.
With annihilation. Because really, who else out of this extremely diverse group of Jedi could she possibly choose as her victim? Anyway, eventually strong female Jedi is able to calm things down, and Squid Guy tries to win strong female character over to his side by handing her a lightsaber to play with.
Join us on this group. Here, have a lightsaber. This is a toy.
Are you dumb or something?
Are you out of your fucking mind? She's a small child, and this is one of the deadliest weapons in the galaxy. Is this—
And she's like, ooh, shiny, sparkly, and just joins. That's it?
Really how you want to attract someone to your cause? Like, what if she accidentally ignites it and cuts her— Really—
I'm only noticing this now, but look
how
at
you
this.
want to attract someone to your—
Look at her blocking knives, right?
Cause? Like—
She blocked the knife that was literally flying nowhere. Are you aware? I looked it up. It's true. She was an assistant under Weinstein for 6 years. Cool. But dude, look at this shot one more time. I can't believe I didn't notice this before.
Deadliest weapons in the galaxy. Is this really how you want to attract someone to your—
All right. Just block this one. All right. Look at the next one she blocks.
Cause? Like—
Bink! What the fuck Who was this thrown at? It was literally thrown at no one.
What if she accidentally ignites it and cuts her own head off?
That'd be awesome.
Fucking mission failed right there, you dick. Anyways.
It's the episode it's portrayed as the Jedi are the offenders. Obviously the Jedi are the bad guy. They're the evil patriarchal society that is controlling shit and probably colonized the galaxy with their Jedi evil ways. And the Force space witches just simply wanted to live in peace, and then it was all ruined or something.
So the Jedi's plan is to test the strong female twins to see if they've got force potential, so the communist lesbian space witches hatch the genius plan for them to intentionally fail the test so they'll be left alone.
Yes, yes.
Yeah!
Wow, 4-dimensional quantum mega chess going on there, ladies. Well done. Unfortunately, it all goes wrong when strong female character gets found out in a matter of seconds and decides to just pass the test anyway. So strong female antagonist does the smart thing and locks her in her room and then sets her journal on fire in the
What? Wait, what?
middle of a stone hallway in a fortress that's made predominantly of stone.
This is the fire that killed all the space witches? It wasn't even the Jedi. They were out there blaming the Jedi for all this all along, but it was the evil twin sister that lit a notebook on fire and killed everyone?
I mention the fact that it's made of stone so often because the fire quickly spreads and then engulfs the entire fortress, because apparently in this universe, stone is more combustible than a 1990s shell.
We've already established the fire does not bow to the whims of the patriarchy. It burns in space, it burns stone, it's just you light a fire and you've basically written someone's name in the death note. It is inescapable and undefeatable. Remember when evil twin was a joke cliche no one took seriously? Damn. But dude, wait, I don't understand. She was gonna leave the space witches, so the evil twin was like, I am literally going to kill you to stop you from leaving the space witches. So she lights a notebook on fire, drops it on the floor in front of the sister, and literally every single person on the planet dies except for the sister. Did someone actually think this was a good idea? I don't understand.
Fortress, because apparently in this universe, stone is more combustible than a 1990s shell suit. Oh yeah, and the communist lesbian space witches all die from—
How the hell does this happen? I don't understand. These are the strongest Force users ever. They're freaking cucking the Jedi in the hallway every 2 seconds, talking about how the thread is all powerful and shit. One random girl lights a notebook on fire, drops it on the floor, and everyone in the entire giant stone palace is dead. Just instantly dead. All in a little heap together for some reason. They're having a massive space witch orgy, and they all just instantly die to a girl who lit a notebook on fire. But the person she was trying to kill to stop her from leaving, I can't believe this.
From boredom or something. Then strong female and
I can't believe this.
Antagonist falls into a pit and strong female character gets rescued by Squid Game guy who agrees to take her to Coruscant and train her as a—
How is she falling into a pit? I don't understand.
Strong female character gets—
What is even happening?
Rescued by
How did she escape the fire only to fall into a pit?
Squid Game guy who agrees to take her to Coruscant and train her as a Jedi. But wouldn't you know it, strong female antagonist actually survived and begins her revenge trip.
Wait, he said he literally saw her die. In the first episode, he says that the twin sister is dead, I saw her die. So he didn't see her die. He just literally lied.
Wow, who could have predicted that when we totally know that she's alive 16 years later? You know, reviewing this episode is kind of an exercise in futility at this point, because really, what is the point anymore in complaining about nonsensical and contradictory writing, the horrendous cinematography, the wooden acting, and the terrible dialogue? Those things are all par for the course in The Acolyte.
Unfortunately, true.
Most expect it now. The bigger problem now is that it's honestly difficult to feel much of anything for The Acolyte or Star Wars in general, because I think this show is proof, if you ever needed it, that this is just how things are gonna be now.
Honestly, I can't believe they've done this to Star Wars. Like, when I saw Star Wars as a kid, right? Well, I remember when I watched episode 1, 2, and 3 in theaters. So, when episode 3 was in theaters, and I remember saying that this is going to always be remembered as like one of the greats. Like, you know how in your parents' generation they had some crazy, the Star Wars, you know, episodes 4, 5, and 6? Like, I thought that Star Wars would be that for our generation. And I thought that, you know, my kids would get the episodes 7, 8, and 9 as like the huge one in their generation that'll get like a solid 30 years of work, you know? 30 years of work put into it to create something really, really great. A little 10-year-old me would have never seen this one coming, that's for sure.
Star Wars isn't going to be saved by anyone. It's not going to go
Star
back
Wars is dead. I can't believe it.
to the way it was, and it's not going to improve in any meaningful way because there's no one left with the will or the talent to do it. The Acolyte represents their ultimate vision for this franchise. It's the perfect distillation of everything Disney and the so-called creatives at Lucasfilm want to inject into George Lucas's vision, and they're not going to stop. Kathleen Kennedy recently bemoaned all the criticism that she and women like Leslie Headland have taken for their creative decisions because the predominantly male fanbase just can't seem to recognize their genius. Well, congratulations, Kathy, because that seems to be a problem that you've gradually solved with every new show and movie that you've produced.
This is wild. Put a chick in it, make her gay. Could you believe that that's what they did? The Star Wars Pandaverse, the freaking South Park Pandaverse episode comes out. They're like, oh, Kathleen Kennedy just takes any franchise and is like, put a chick in it, make her lame and gay. And then to combat this, she literally did that for the Acolyte. Like, South Park is so ahead of its time, it's crazy.
If there's no fans left at all, then there's no toxic male fans left either. Genius!
Yeah,
so in that respect,
real.
at least, I guess you've kind of won by default.
That's true, that's true. If the male fans are toxic, just make sure there are no more fans. Easy.
Congratulations! Star Wars is all yours now. And this here is your prize, an empire of dust. A franchise in ruins. And really, I hope it was all worth it. I hope it was worth the billions of dollars you've blown on failed projects over the years. I hope it was worth provoking the contempt and finally the apathy of millions of Star Wars fans that have just chosen to walk away. I hope it was worth it to have a legacy of absolute failure.
Damn, bruv. But, man's actually right. Man's kind of spitting right now. They fucked this series. They fucked this series.
And
they were the Berserk horse. And this series was whoever was there, but with the Berserk horse. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe that a once great franchise really crumbled to rubble like this. Power of one, power of two, power of many is maybe the most bargain basement garbage shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, porn parodies have more plot integrity than this pile of dust.
Anyway, that's all I've got for today.
Yeah, alright. I'm out. The power of a dead franchise. Well, anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Now that I am fully caught up with the basic lore for the Acolyte, I am never gonna touch this series again. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.